Yes, it's 11 o'clock and I finally got my fifth Advent chocolate. And it is another ball. It is another ball. It's wrapped very well. After 8 ball is better than no ball at all. Melts right away. Coffee and after 8. 11 o'clock means my groceries could be coming any minute. They're supposed to arrive between 11 and 12. Well, that's really nice. Yeah, so I realized that my compost bucket was full this morning when I was making breakfast. I put in the bananas and I put in the apple. Julia and Tanner are looking at each other. They're both sitting on the couch. Tanner at the top of the back of the couch, Julia on the arm, and they're eyeing each other. Okay, they both settled down. Why they're so close to each other, I don't know, but whatever. Yeah, so I realized that my compost bucket was full, and then it needed to go out. And you saw what it looked like this morning. It still looks like that. It's still blowing, winding, blowing, colding. It's snow. When there's snow, it's cold. So I thought, okay, well, you got to do it. So I carried my bucket upstairs, looked in their bucket to see if I could take their bucket as well, and yes, their bucket was full too. So I thought, okay, grab both buckets, take them to the back. And I thought, okay, let's get those big boots that my son has. They were nowhere in sight. Neither was Mimi's. The baby and mom just came downstairs. So I went and got, I asked her where the rubber boots were for the back of the house, and she said they're in the garage. So I went and got what I thought were, the only ones that I saw were hers. So I grabbed them and brought them back, and she says, oh, I think those are mine. I said, yeah, I think they are. And I put my feet up next to them, and I'm like, oh, I guess I don't fit into that. So they're too small for my feet. So I need my son's big boots. So we went into the garage again and found his boots and brought them out. And I went, okay, if I'm going to go out, I'm going to need some heavier socks to go into those boots because I don't want my support stockings to rip on the rough boots because they're just rubber, hard rubber. So I quickly went downstairs, grabbed my thick, warm winter socks that I got last year, and grabbed my Leafs hoodie and came back up. I've got everything. I've got my hoodie, I've got my socks. And he goes, she just laughed and she says, I'll do it. You're basically, you're going to get all dressed up and just for a little walk across the backyard. So she got into her Crocs, and I thought, how can you do that? Your Crocs have holes in them. It's not good. She said, no, they'll be great. And she walked out. And immediately, both Frankie and Josie went with her. She didn't mind. She says, Frankie doesn't go anywhere. I said, yeah, I guess not. Frankie does not like the cold. So anyway, she went out, dumped both of the buckets into the compost bin, and brought them back. When she got back, I saw that her Crocs were lined. So yeah, they were adequate for walking across the, but I don't think they're very high. So I still think that boots would be warmer. Nonetheless, thank you for taking out my compost. So there is Tanner, back to Julia. There is Julia, back to Tanner. Both sitting on the top of the couch. The arm and the top of the back. Just because you want to be close to each other. And he goes, yeah, well, we get along. No, you don't. You had her pinned on the floor the other day and I had to spray you to get you off. She whops him regularly when he walks by. She says, you idiot. What is this, a love-hate relationship? You guys are weird. Okay. Advent chocolate consumed. The day progresses.